Welcome to College Station, Texas. Today, at the home of the 12th man, as the Texas A&M Aggies will set out this afternoon to open the season with a victory at Kyle Field. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the San Diego State Aztecs, taking on a team from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Aggies ready to get this thing started and open the season. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Aztecs offense will have the football first. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point, and there is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low, and so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The Aztecs send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. The Aggies offense will get the ball for the first time. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others. And they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about him. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The pull and throw off the RPO. It's a seam wide open. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Sets up the screen. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Aztecs will have it first and 10. Looking to throw again. Hit as he throws. Wide open downfield. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. He'll do it himself. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll pull it on the read. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, San Diego State.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past, and remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. To the ground with the back. Nice move to keep running. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Leaves it with the running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Wide open spaces. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got the tight end. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? That's good for fighting Texas Aggies. Trying play action. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the grab on the left. He'll be out of bounds. He'll mark it at the 24. And the Aggies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Gets it out fast. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So now on comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive. And now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Swings it out to the flat. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That'll do it for the quarter, guys, and San Diego State is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. The Aztecs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. At midfield, he's got room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Aztecs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Nice move there. Let's think just a little bit about San Diego State. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. Now, in recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick is on its way. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's out past the 35. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll go to the ground. Runs through a tackle. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, and they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll start this drive firing. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Aztecs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? And the Aztecs will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Working that left side now. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Pulls it and fires to the left. Got enough space. Touchdown, Aggies. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Such great awareness along the sideline and the ability to get that foot down for the catch. They'll go back to the ground. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. The Aztecs will send out the punt unit. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To the air on 2nd down. It's complete. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Wants to throw again. They're working that left side. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Makes the grab. Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a 1st and goal. It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide out trying to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. On 4th down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. It's good. Easy call for the refs. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun 1st half than you? And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. A team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
And the Aztecs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, the ground game. Stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. Got a man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They go to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to the ground. He's loose. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Aggies need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Kick is in the air. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
The Aztecs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Aztecs need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. QB draw. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Open Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Aztecs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The RPO fired complete to the left. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. And the Aztecs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Garrison.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out quickly.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unleashes one deep. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. Punt is in the air. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Off the play fake on 1st down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Now, I think think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. He's got him this time. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
And I love the quarterback's accuracy. Hit him in stride, man. Hit him where he can catch the football and continue to run and do more damage after the catch like he did right there.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Aggies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Toledo is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 21 over the Stallions. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
The Aztecs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. He'll run it again. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Aztecs in the hurry-up.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a 1st down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll give it to the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Quarterback on the keeper. Fighting off the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Defense calls a timeout to put together a strategy. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Leaves it with the back. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He'll start this drive going to the air. He'll pull it down and run. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And they spike it to stop the clock. On 2nd and 10, a 4-wide out set, trips right. Wants to go up top. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
To the air on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Aztecs are in the hurry-up. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one is gone. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. first game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.